looked just fine. Dawndy.
Social on 10. Here's what some of you are saying on Facebook pages about our former sports director, Joe Daggett. Claude Leitner praises you, Joe, saying one of the nicest guys you'd ever meet and such a great sportscaster. He and Dave Rogers were fantastic. Saw Joe not long ago. I told him you never forget those who are inspirational and well-respected. And Vicky Funderburk says Joe was always so professional. He loved sports, and that came through in his reporting. Julie Reed Sweeney says, miss him on WIS TV. Watched him since we got here in the 70s. Mark Lowell calls you a great guy, great reporter, and a man of integrity. Dwayne Sweet says he always had a pleasant demeanor about him and presented the sports broadcast as a true professional. Met him in my restaurant a couple years ago, and he was so personable. Robert K. Cook says, I remember when Joe would ride the bus to St. Andrews and he would talk about sports during the trip. And our former WIS employee Mike Young says, Joe Daggett was classic. I traveled with Joe when I was the engineer on News Star 10. I hope he's well these days. And Cecil Oliver calls you a really good guy. Enjoyed him a lot. Just a few of the many, many wonderful comments of people just really admiring you over the years.
Mike Young is watching. I've got to say to him, hey, kiddo.
I know, he used to always say that was his line.
That you used. Good to hear from you.
Well, our
and
celebration of 60 years is going to continue coming up on the news at 5. I'm going to let you finish out the show here. What's coming up this evening?
Well, this evening we'll relive perhaps the greatest year in Clemson football history, and I was there for it. We're talking about their 1981 National Championship Series. What are your memories of that milestone? Our Joe Gorcho takes us back to that magical moment coming up on WIS News 10.
What a pleasure to have you on after being with us from 1980 to the year 2000. Everybody, a round of applause at your home for Joe Daggett. Thank you for being here, Joe.
My pleasure, believe me.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, see you at 5.